You can spend hundreds on skincare, but the wrong haircut can undo it all in seconds. Have you ever noticed how quickly hair can change the way we look? Skincare and makeup can only do so much, but the shape, color, and texture of our hair are often the first things people see. I've worked with so many women in this season of life who still feel vibrant and full of energy. Yet one small mistake with their hairstyle makes them appear tired, older, or less confident than they truly are. The truth is, after 50, our hair needs different care and choices than it did in our 30s or 40s. It's not about chasing youth, it's about reflecting the strength, beauty, and vitality we still carry inside. And sometimes, avoiding just a few common hairstyle mistakes can completely transform the way we present ourselves to the world. That's exactly what today's conversation is about. We're going to uncover 5 hairstyle mistakes that can unintentionally add years, and more importantly, what to do instead. These are the same adjustments I guide women I work with every day to embrace, and the results are often nothing short of radiant. And if you're new here, welcome to Chic Over 50. This is our community for women like us who believe elegance has no expiration date. Go ahead and hit subscribe so you never miss a chance to explore fresh style ideas, confidence tips, and inspiring ways to celebrate this incredible season of life. Now, let's begin with the very first mistake I see all the time. And it's one that can make even the most confident woman look older than she feels. Mistake 1. Too short and too flat. Nothing ages a woman faster than hair that's cut too short and left flat against the head. You might think it looks neat or practical, but in reality, it can harden your features and take away the softness that naturally brings balance to a woman's face, especially after 50. When hair hugs the scalp without any volume, it exposes every angle of the cheekbones, emphasizes fine lines, and even makes the jawline look sharper than it really is. Instead of looking effortless, the result is often a tired expression that doesn't reflect the energy you actually feel inside. Here's the truth. Short hair itself is not the problem. The problem comes when it's cut in a way that leaves no movement, no lift, no life. Think of a helmet cut uniform. Stiff, almost like the hair is pressing down on your personality. Women I work with often tell me, I just want something easy, but easy doesn't have to mean flat. There are ways to keep short hair chic and low maintenance while still letting it complement your natural beauty. For example, a pixie with soft layers creates instant texture and volume without requiring endless styling. It frames the face rather than exposing it too harshly. A chin-length bob with a subtle side-swept bang can lift the eyes and soften the jawline. Even something as simple as using a round brush to flip the ends slightly outward can completely change the vibe from severe to lively. Susan, if you're listening, I remember you once told me that keeping your hair short felt practical. And yes, it was but the day you added just a touch of layering. It was like your whole face lit up. Suddenly, instead of seeing only angles, we saw warmth and sparkle. That's the power of the right cut. So ask yourself, does your haircut show off your best features? Or does it unintentionally highlight the things you'd rather soften? Sometimes all it takes is a small change in texture or length to shift the entire impression people have when they see you. Because here's the beauty of style at this stage of life. It's not about chasing trends or cutting your hair the way you think you should. It's about choosing what makes you look like the best version of yourself, refined, confident, and alive. And when you start to see that transformation in the mirror, you'll realize that hair can either age you or it can lift you. And speaking of lifting, sometimes the opposite problem happens. Instead of hair that's too short and flat, many women hold on to lengths that pull the face downward, adding weight they don't even notice. But we'll get to that in just a moment. Mistake 2. Hair that's too long and heavy. Here's the truth. Past 50, keeping your hair too long can actually age you faster than wrinkles ever could. I know that sounds bold, but let's be honest with ourselves. Extra long, heavy hair doesn't lift us up. It pulls us down, both literally and visually. Instead of adding softness and lightness, it drags the face, accentuates sagging skin, and makes our features seem tired. I've seen it countless times with women like us. Many hold on to their long hair because they feel it's the last symbol of femininity, or because they've worn it that way for decades. But here's the thing. As we step into this season of life, our hair naturally loses density, shine, and strength. What once looked like a flowing crown in our 20s now risks becoming flat, dry, and overwhelming. Instead of enhancing your natural beauty, It can highlight the very changes you wish to minimize. Let me share Mary's story. She's a woman I've worked with who kept her college-length hair well into her 60s. She said it made her feel like herself. But she also noticed people asking if she was tired or stressed even on her happiest days. The moment she tried a shoulder-length cut with long, face-framing layers, something magical happened. Strangers thought she'd just come back from vacation. Her skin looked fresher, her cheekbones sharper, and her whole energy lighter. That's the power of the right length. So what's the sweet spot? For most women over 50, a cut that sits around the shoulders or just above is the golden balance. Adding long, blended layers creates natural movement that feels youthful without trying too hard. It's not about chopping everything off. It's about letting go of what drags you down and embracing a shape that lifts you up. Now, here's a question for you. When was the last time your hair truly felt alive, full of bounce, lightness, and shine? If it's been a while, maybe your hair is simply asking for a little less weight. And as we talk about color next, you'll see how the length and shade of your hair can either fight each other or work together beautifully. Mistake 3. Too dark hair color. Many women believe darker hair makes them look youthful, but in reality, it can highlight every fine line and shadow. At first glance, jet black hair may seem bold and powerful, almost like a shield against time. But here's the truth I see every day. When skin naturally loses its brightness after 50, pairing it with an overly dark shade only makes the face appear harsher, instead of looking younger. The contrast can exaggerate wrinkles, make under-eye circles more noticeable, and even dull the warmth in your complexion. When I work with women in this season of life, I often hear them say, dark hair just feels classic. It's who I am. And yes, it can be a part of your identity, but hair color is not just about tradition. It's about harmony. Undertones matter. If your skin has softened with time, that sharp black may overpower it. It's like putting a heavy frame around a delicate painting. It distracts instead of enhances. I remember Linda, one of the women I've worked with. She told me her black hair made her feel strong and confident, almost untouchable. But one afternoon, we added soft chestnut tones with honey highlights around her face. The transformation was instant. Her eyes lit up. Her skin seemed to glow. And friends started asking if she'd been on vacation. Isn't it amazing how the right shade can bring back not only radiance but also confidence? So what are some better choices? Shades like soft brown, warm chestnut, golden honey, or even a gentle balayage can work wonders. These hues catch the light, create dimension, and bring life back to your look without screaming for attention. They don't fight against your natural beauty, they amplify it. For women like us, subtle lightening can add vibrancy, softness, and elegance all at once. And let me ask you, when was the last time you tried stepping just one shade lighter? What if that small change was the secret to not only looking fresher, but feeling brighter every single day? Because here's the thing, once you see how a softer, warmer color enhances your natural features, you may never want to go back to heavy, jet black again. And as we talk about embracing changes, there's another detail many women tend to overlook: something small, yet it frames the entire face. Mistake 4. Ignoring bangs. Think bangs are only for teenagers. Skipping them might be adding years to your look without you realizing it. I've seen this countless times. Women like us, who think bangs belong to high school yearbooks, often miss out on one of the simplest ways to soften the face and refresh their whole look. When the forehead is completely exposed, every fine line, every wrinkle, and even a bit of uneven skin tone shows up like a spotlight. And instead of appearing elegant, it can unintentionally make us look more tired or severe than we really are. From a stylist's perspective, ignoring bangs is like leaving a painting without a frame. Bangs don't hide who you are, they frame the beauty that's already there. Side-swept bangs or curtain bangs, for instance, can instantly balance strong features and give the illusion of lift. They draw the eye toward your eyes, away from the forehead, making your face appear softer and more approachable. Culturally, I've noticed that many American women prefer an open forehead. It feels confident, bold, and clean. But when you add the right kind of bangs, you don't lose that confidence. Instead, you gain dimension, movement, and yes, a touch of sensuality. It's not about covering up. It's about enhancing. Caroline, one woman I style for events, resisted bangs for years. She told me, "I'm not a teenager anymore. Why would I need them?" But once she tried a soft, side-swept fringe, her husband looked at her and said, "You look like the woman I fell in love with at 25. That's the quiet magic of subtle change. It doesn't scream for attention, but people notice instantly. Now, let me ask you, have you ever thought bangs would make you look silly or childish? If so, maybe it's time to rethink. What if the very thing you're avoiding could take a decade off your appearance, while still keeping you sophisticated? Next time you're at the salon, imagine trying a gentle curtain bang or even a light fringe. Just a small adjustment, but the result can be surprisingly powerful. And remember, bangs are only one piece of the puzzle. Even the best cut won't shine if the hair itself looks lifeless. That's why the next common mistake is something I see far too often, ignoring the vitality and health of your hair itself. Mistake 5. Dry, dull hair. You can wear the most elegant outfit, but if your hair looks brittle and tired, everything else loses its magic. I've seen it countless times. Women in this season of life put so much effort into choosing the perfect dress, the right necklace, even a stunning pair of heels. Yet their hair tells a completely different story. When your strands are dry, frizzy, and dull, it has the power to make your whole face look drained, no matter how radiant your smile is. Here's the truth. Many women like us don't realize. After 50, our bodies naturally produce less estrogen, and estrogen is what used to give our hair that glossy, youthful bounce. Without it, strands lose moisture faster, become more fragile, and often start breaking before they can even shine. Add to that years of coloring, heat styling, or simply not prioritizing hair care, and you're left with hair that feels rough, looks flat, and steals the sparkle from your appearance. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to stay that way. I've watched women I work with completely transform their look by making small but powerful changes. Hydrating masks once a week can replenish lost moisture. Switching to a silk pillowcase keeps hair from rubbing and breaking while you sleep. A few drops of argan or jojoba oil after a blow-dry bring back instant shine without weighing your hair down. Even something as simple as trimming your ends every 6 to 8 weeks can make your hair look thicker and healthier overnight. And don't underestimate the role of nutrition. Our hair reflects what's happening inside our bodies. Foods rich in omega-3s, like salmon, walnuts, and flaxseed, help restore that natural luster from within. When I see women commit to these changes, it's not just their hair that looks revived, it's their confidence, their energy, their entire presence. If your name is Janet and you're nodding right now, you know exactly what I mean. You once told me how your hair had lost its shine no matter what products you used. But when you introduced hydrating masks into your weekly routine, your strands caught the light again. And suddenly you looked 5 years younger without changing a single thing about your makeup or clothes. That's the beauty of healthy, radiant hair. It frames your face, enhances your natural features, and tells the world you still have that spark. Remember, elegance isn't just about what you wear, it's also about how you care for yourself. At the end of the day, it's not just about the cut, the color, or whether you have bangs. It's about intention. Every choice we make with our hair can either drag us down or lift us up, helping us reflect the vibrant woman we truly are inside. What I've seen over and over again with women I work with is this. Aging does not mean losing beauty. It means refining it. With the right haircut, the right color, and a little care, we highlight the sparkle in our eyes, the warmth in our smile, and the confidence that only grows stronger with time. Women like us in this season of life deserve to feel radiant, elegant, and powerful every single day. Because when you walk into a room feeling confident in your hair and your style, people don't just see your age. They see your presence, your story, and your strength. If this conversation spoke to you, I invite you to join our community here at Chic Over 50. Go ahead and subscribe, and share in the comments which hairstyle mistake you might have made or the tip you're most excited to try. I promise, when we share, we lift each other up. Remember, this isn't only about hair. This is about rewriting the way women over 50 are seen, starting with ourselves. Because when we embrace our beauty with confidence and intention, the world has no choice but to see us as we truly are. Timeless.